On the other line, Canada. I hope everyone's having a great week. We've got some people checking in already. Jesse's asking if it's closed. Jesse, is what closed? Let us know. Rob, good evening. Kit, how are you? We were talking about you with someone last night. Bill Allen, good to see you, bud. Dwayne, Barb, Colton. I think Colton is saying hashtag legend because of who our co-host is tonight. And hi, Tash. You guys are in for a treat because not only did our co-host decide to be on the show this evening, our co-host decided to throw on his cowboy hat and hit the river. So if he catches something while we're broadcasting, I mean, who knows? That could be a first on the show. In any case, Jesse, I will ask him. We're going to bring him in here. He's casting like a madman, so let's get him in here. Mr. Stevens, mid-cast, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Why are you so calm, cool, and collective? Could it be because you're catching fish this evening?
I'm always calm on the surface, even when I'm not calm on the inside.
Now, someone told me this week that you're probably the calmest guy they have ever fished with, even under high stress. And there's a lot of respect going around for you. How does that make you feel? Does that give you an ego?
No, it's more humbling than anything.
Well, I think considering the way some people are when it comes to fishing and drama, you're probably top of the list for no drama and just fishing.
Well, I mean, it depends what your definition of drama is, but I mean, yeah, I like to joke around, and I don't know, some people take that right to heart, but I certainly don't mean it. Anybody that's taken the time to spend a little bit with, down at the river with me or anything like that, they understand the sarcasm. They get that I just joke around about pretty well everything.
Well, you're the exact opposite of me because I'm highly dramatic. I never swear though, and I'm a sight to be seen, I guess you could say. What are you fishing for?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty hard after the pike this year.
Yep.
Everybody knows I like pike quite a bit.
Any luck this afternoon?
No pike, just a few browns.
That's it. Just a few browns. No big deal.
Well, it wasn't pike.
Wasn't what you're looking for.
Not the pike I'm after.
Well, I'm happy he's here because he must have saw that we're going to call him out later in the show. Dino's here. Mr. Fedoric is on here. Brendan Oxam, Joel, Kit, Mr. Labradilla. I'll bring you up later in the show as well. And Justin is on here. Hey, Justin. And we already had a question for you. Jesse Henderson is asking, is it closed? Do you know what he meant by that?
Closed. Fishing's closed. Burbot's closed. You name it. It's closed.
Everything's closed.
Yeah,
okay, well, there you go. We've confirmed it with Mr. Stevens himself.
It's closed.
It's closed.
Yeah.
Is that your term? Is that why we're talking about it's closed?
I think so.
Yeah? Okay. Do you have a t-shirt that says it's closed?
No, but that's a good idea. We should get that on the go.
We could make it happen. I mean, we have and know enough people that it could probably happen. So if anyone wants to design a shirt for you, could be onto something, right?
I got a few ideas for shirts every now and then.
Yep.
Don't have any access to shirt printing materials, and then I usually forget probably about 20 minutes after the idea for a shirt, and something else comes along, and that's what life's about at that point. Shirts, that's over.
Well, isn't that what Sharpie markers are for?
I guess a guy could go grab a 4-pack of white tees and keep 3 different colors of Sharpie on hand if you wanted to get really fancy, but you can write whatever you want.
Well, I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. I wouldn't want it to cut into your fishing time, but maybe that's another topic for another day.
Great.
Well, Kyle, why don't you tell us where it started for you and your passion for fishing?
Well, I've just been obsessed with fish forever, be it in the aquarium, in the river, wherever, every time, every shopping mall with a fountain, every hotel lobby with a fountain. I'd run over first thing to see if there was koi in there. Always, that was, me as a kid. I took to fishing. I just liked it a bit. But a big shout out to actually to my mom. She wasn't an avid fisherman by any means or nothing, but I wanted to fish all the time. That's all I wanted to do when I was a kid. She'd take me out to the river or the local trout pond or the dock at the lake, and she'd sit over at the truck and read whatever novel she had on the go at that point in life, and I'd head her to the water and have at her. So I don't know. Without her, who knows how much I would have really got into it, but that was a big stepping stone for me for sure.
That's amazing. That's actually quite a different angle to what most people say where they got their passion for fishing.
Yeah,
so
people, they went fishing with their dad all the time. My dad, he didn't really care about fishing that much. My grandpa, he did, but I lived for the majority of my life. I lived 5-6 hours away from my grandfather, so I certainly have a few good experiences. Like that was definitely kind of what bumped me down that path. And then I guess it was my mom that was able to keep it going for me.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever fallen out of love with fishing in your life?
Not really.
It's always been a constant.
Yeah, like it's always at least been there, and it wasn't always the biggest forefront to what I was doing, but it's always been there.
Mm-hmm. That's huge. It's your focus that I'm actually drawn in by, because you can talk, look, and fish. You're just calm, cool, and collective today.
Wow. It's a nice feeling.
It is. Well, we're going to talk about... What's that?
Well, there's enough things a guy could stress out about, but I'd rather not. Well,
you've been working a lot this year, and is this your first kick at things with the open water season?
I get down to the river periodically over the winter, but more or less yesterday I got out in the evening for a couple hours, and aside from that, I pretty much haven't wet a line in more or less a couple months. But
mm-hmm. I guess winter is probably your busy time as well, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm waiting for you to catch one. That's what we're waiting for. Adam and Mitch are watching in the background too. That's what they're waiting for. So, do you feel pressured?
This is the most pressure I've felt in my life. I'm like,
for some reason, I feel like you're lying to me.
I don't know. If there's a time that I felt like I was more in the crosshairs, I don't remember it. This is it right now.
Are you willing to share pins of exactly where you're fishing?
You know what? Yeah, I guess.
Oh, we might as well just break. He's cheering him on, Adam.
That's sick.
You know what?
That a boy.
Let me move this around here.
That a boy, Kyle. Is it the pike you're looking for?
No, it's. I think it's another brown.
Okay, Kyle. Well, we got you on full screen here, bud. No pressure whatsoever.
What are you using, Kyle?
Don't.
That a boy.
We might as well increase the cheer squad here for a couple of minutes.
May as well. Those are some nice waders there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's all the
mids. Boy. Kyle, it's a family show, man. You're bending over in front of the camera.
It looks good.
There's something about a man in neoprene that just really isn't my thing. But hey,
Oh, you got it. All right.
You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Brown.
Go. I don't know. I guess that is this the first. Is this the first fish somebody's had on the line while they're on the line?
Kyle, this
I'd
is
say-
the very first catch on our broadcast, so good job. I guess it's why they call you the legend.
Nicely done.
You know what?
Congrats, buddy. Nice fish.
Today was hard on me for the first hours went by, and I was just sitting on the outside looking in while Ricky was catching all the fish.
How's it going, guys?
How you doing, Ricky?
Good, good.
Did you say as in Ricky Hoffman?
Yeah, we got Ricky Hoffman out here in the boat.
You know, I don't know the guy personally, but I've heard he's a bit of a dirtbag. Comment?
Are you jealous that I'm out
everybody
here
has
slaying
their moments.
fish?
I'm jealous I didn't get an invite on show day.
I think you need.
I'd say there's some jealousy.
Ricky, are you being outfished?
No, I'm not. He might have the bigger ones today, but I've caught more.
There's literally two.
Well-
There's two legends in that boat right now. That's insane.
Well, this-
Kyle, are you out on your new setup? Oh, there you go.
I got this bike all twisted up in the net now.
Now, you were talking product reviews earlier. Is that a Storm lure?
Yeah, actually it is. That's the Storm Pike right there.
Oh, we're actually incorporating multiple topics into one short session, which is kind of interesting. You were saying last night Storm lures are your favorite product to fish for, and I guess it just proved the point.
Well, if I had to pick one, I guess I would say it, but I'm the kind of guy that really hates trying to pick a favorite because it's like I think of so many different reasons to like things, but these are just effective and they're cheap. So I mean, what's not to like?
Is
That's
the
pretty-
Pike one your favorite?
No, I don't know. It's either the Pike or the white minnow one.
How concerned are you that Ricky is stealing tips from you right now?
We argue about this. We were actually arguing about it all morning because he was slaying circles around me for quite a while, actually, and I was skunking, and I was saying things like, "Yeah, I don't actually know if I'm ever gonna know what it feels like to catch another fish," and being way over dramatic about it.
I don't know what Mitch and Adam think, but that sounds a lot like me.
Yeah.
Really putting the pressure on me to switch to a Panther Martin, and I
I was gonna say Ricky had to be on the Panther Martin.
he likes them. They work for
Oh
him.
yeah, they're great. They're a great lure.
Definitely.
I caught my first Arctic grayling on an orange Panther Martin.
Sweet.
That's random.
Yeah.
talk. Hey, I'll probably
Most of my
outrun them by the time we're done here.
I think most of my grayling come on a Panther Martin, really. Other than flies, I guess.
Panther Martin on
The other
thermometer.
day I was not having it. Arctic grayling.
Well, we got lots of people saying hi, so we'll rattle off some more names for you, Kyle, because I'm sure you haven't heard of most of these people. Kevin, Dino, Clayton's on there. Kevin's talkative as always. Joel, John, we said Dino. Justin, we said Justin. Scott Connolly, he's agreeing Pike is where it's at. Unfortunately, that wasn't a pike, but you're fishing with a pike lure, so who knows?
He's dying for that pike, and he's gonna get it before the show's end. I got a feeling.
Yeah. Broden's on here. Andrew McManus is on here. Hey, Andrew. Zach Davis, Greg Rice, Wayne Lilly. I don't know. Mitch, comment? Relation?
Yeah. An old legend.
Old folk legend. Brennan is on here as well. Mike Binns.
I guess you could say Ricky's tuned in.
Ricky's tuned in and taking notes. Kyle's showing off his new boat.
I think Ricky's getting mad about that last fish and just sabotaging the video now.
Ricky's taking a lot of heat right now.
Oh, Ricky just covered the screen.
I think Ricky
No,
just pushed him in.
The phone just went in the lake.
He's back.
Okay.
Look at the commitment of this guy. He's just giving her. Hey, whose hoodie you wearing there, Stevens?
That's the Canadian Fishing Outfitters hoodie.
Mr. McFlurry. I don't know if he's on here right now, but I see a lot of those hoodies. I'm still waiting for mine. So if he is watching, just saying. I think all you guys have one, just not me, right?
I don't got one.
Does Ricky have one?
Just the right side of the screen.
Yeah, Ricky's wearing one right now too. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are twinning.
Well, no, his is a totally different color.
He's probably got the dark blue one with the white logo, doesn't he?
No, he's wearing a black one with like a teal logo.
Old school.
Would you say that those are colony colors?
Oh.
I don't know. No, they just like black and black.
You thought it, I said it. Well, hey, man, things are a little bit off the rails, and you know what? That's okay, because this, like I've said before, isn't scripted, as everyone's learned over the last few weeks. So you're officially the first guy to catch a fish live on the show.
Yeah, that's epic.
Now he's going for 2.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty fitting that it's Stevens. He's a pretty big legend.
Yeah, it seems like the Stevens way, right?
I mean, he is, like Ricky was on last week. Ricky's a legend. He had to follow it up. So he followed it up with Ricky and a fish. That's pretty, I mean, how do you beat that?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but considering Ricky knew it was show night Tuesday, conveniently he's kind of working his way in. I mean, is that fair to say? Ricky, comment?
Oh, he wasn't even paying attention. He's
Trying to catch up to Stevens on the video here.
Ricky's
So, Ricky-
trying to get the pike out of Stevens' way.
I mean, the question that everyone's really asking, but I don't see on here, where's the cat?
he's hunting.
He's hunting.
Yeah,
Big
he doesn't.
squirrels.
He's not restricted to seasons like the rest of us. He's out on a spring hunt.
Spring hunt. Oh man, you crack me up. All right, well, let's tie this into the show a little bit. What are you using for a rod right now, Kyle?
Right now, I've got this is actually an old production lightning rod, medium action 6.6 with a
Nice.
president on there,
Yeah.
and it's actually spooled up with braid.
Braid to what leader?
Well, it's actually braid to a 4.0 liter right now.
Right on.
The size of it.
It's a little bit, yeah. Ricky's like showing the size of it. It's a little bit shorter than I would normally run. It's actually really short.
It's pretty clear.
But I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I actually just caught a fish there a few minutes ago. So really, it's now as much as they. Somebody already caught that on, well, yeah, I caught that brown trout in front of him, and he's still talking shit.
That's valid. I mean, we're talking about line, so I might as well bring it up now versus later, because Dino was giving me the gears this week, and I'm the kind of guy that when someone says something, it usually comes true. Now, Kyle, I want your opinion, because everyone seems to value what you think about this topic, considering how you're fishing right now. For the longest time, I've always used Berkeley Big Game, 10-pound test.
Yeah.
But for 3 seasons, I've been using this, which is the Stren High Vis. Mitch is shaking his head. And this stuff has worked phenomenal for me for the last 3 seasons. And everyone tells me that I should do this because it affects me catching trout. What are your thoughts?
They say you shouldn't be using the green stuff.
Yep, Dino's saying gross. He actually threatened to unfriend me.
I'm not sure how I feel about it because part of me really doesn't like it. But I mean, I don't know. Some people still seem. I just got hit by another iceberg. So that's a little scrapping. So some guys really like it and it seems to work. so I can't really argue that it doesn't. But I don't know, something about it throws me off.
Okay, well, considering you said something about it throws you off, I guess I'm gonna have to have a line burning party. Did he catch something?
No, he just got snagged on that iceberg. Good, no.
Almost had to pull anchor and go after it.
Well, I was thinking about that. I'm like, I hope we don't have to go deal with this bird. But then, no, I'm good.
Oh man.
Kevin saying big game's good for pickerel rigs.
Yeah, that's about it, you weirdo. Like you're running big game like all the time, like 10-pound big game. What big game is 10 pounds?
Ooh.
How does that equate for you?
It's not so much about what I'm going to catch, it's about what I'm going to retrieve when I snag.
An iceberg.
An iceberg. Because I mean, technically with a 10-pound like that, I can handline icebergs. Yes, that is the consensus.
That's impressive.
I'd stick to 8. 8 or less.
Well, I just spent $15 on 10-pound because it's what I used before this. So if you want to buy me a roll of 8-pound, Mitch, then we'll definitely try it out. But $15 is $15.
That could go on your pike rod.
I think it's really good to spool up anywhere from 10 to 14-pound braid. It's kind of my typical go-to.
It's all that matters.
On an appropriate size leader. Like right now, I'm running an 8-pound 4.0 leader on there.
Approximately 6 inches, correct? That's kind of what I saw.
What's that?
6 inches a leader?
Well, no, I usually shoot about 10 or 12. But some of you guys may know this, but I'm actually blind in one side, so my depth perception's a little off. And as I was running her off the spool there, I just kind of was like, yeah, that looks like 12 to 14 inches to me. And you know, it probably was. By the time I was done tying knots, it was a bit shorter.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing that you're blind in one eye. I didn't know that. I was laughing at the way how you delivered that.
No, I want you to laugh.
Todd's a horrible person.
That's why I like it that way. It just makes it funny. That's what life's about.
Right.
Like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. What good is life if you can't laugh? I should learn that a little bit more. I think you just taught me another life lesson, Kyle. Thank you.
I make jokes about being a pirate. I just had another bite live on air.
Live on air. Holy Mackinac.
How big of an iceberg was it?
This one wasn't a berg. I think this is the real deal.
A berg or a burb?
If it was a burb, I would be
For a bit of clothes.
but I guess it's probably possible.
Me and I just had the best burritos like for supper. Last of the burb.
Yeah, Mike Bins is just saying, yeah, it's a wonder I found that stuff at the dollar store. I actually did not find it at the dollar store, but for any of you that did notice last night, I did find all of Dino's lures at Dollarama. So I would imagine he was probably over in Simons Valley today stocking up because they had about 30 of them. So they're probably sold out.
In his collection.
What's that, Kyle? What did he say?
I have no idea.
You said something.
Oh, I said there's no room for sharing in his world. Those are all for him.
No, the only thing meant for sharing is pins. So where did you say you're fishing?
Well, anybody that wants a pin to where I'm fishing, I'll send it to you. I mean, there's probably like 4 of you that have like a boat to get here, so I'm not really too worried about it.
I have a suspicion one of the only ones you'd have to worry about right now is maybe Clayton, and Clayton probably has a pretty good idea where you're at.
He might.
How is the new boat working out?
I got a spot that I've never laid eyes on before until today myself.
Oh,
I'm
just out chasing.
I'm exploring. Yeah.
Nice.
That's why you have your Explorer hat on.
Yeah, that's right. And it goes a long way in keeping the sun out of my eyes when I'm out boating. I really like that.
Valid. Well, Adam and Mitch, what do you guys think about Kyle's game plan there with the Storm pike lure?
I'm a big fan of paddle tails, and it's a paddle tail, so I'm definitely down with it. And I mean, Stevens has got enough fish with it to prove it works. That's for sure.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, we're not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, paddle tail, sweet. For
Didn't
any,
your-
it's just that extra action.
Yeah, I
Didn't
love
Kyle's 30-inch brown come on the Storm pike?
it. Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
knows?
no.
He's caught so many that he now forgets.
If I had to pick a second, me and Ricky were arguing about this earlier today as well. I think the Countdown Repellers are fantastic. Apparently, he doesn't agree. We were disagreeing on that.
They're not my favorite. I don't hate them. They're just not my favorite.
I think they're incredible.
Well, I think, in all honesty, considering it's your boat and you're the captain, Ricky doesn't really get a say. I don't know about everybody else, but
I want everybody to have, well, I mean, how much fun would I be having out here if I didn't have somebody to argue with about dumb shit all day?
yeah, talking to yourself isn't all that fun. I do it all the time. Well, we're talking about favorites, and I know you guys are just saying about paddle tails. That's my go-to, the BX minnow and perch. And I mean, I guess you'd probably get a little bit of a paddle tail effect out of that thing, right?
It's a jointed. It's a different action. I love those though in shallower rivers.
Yeah.
I do really well for walleye and little pothole creek kind of thing on them.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I caught a few browns out of the bow on those. I like this. Dino is actually the one who showed me this. It's discontinued. It's an Excalibur lure from Canadian Tire. It's super cheap. I bought a bunch of them when I found them. And I mean, they absolutely slay.
Do you know what's
Mock
funny
dude,
about that lure, Adam?
What's that?
I was with Dino the day he caught a couple fish on that.
Yeah.
And they were at Dollarama at the time, and he told me where to go, and I went to Dollarama and I bought the last two. They're still in my tackle box. I'm yet to catch one on them.
Oh man, they're great. You're not twitching enough, man.
Well, the
Twitch
other
it
thing
back
is,
here in those shallow pools. It works awesome.
Well, there's no caliber like Excalibur.
Hey, you said it, buddy. You said it.
Dino's just on here saying he loves Excaliburs.
Yeah, they're great lures.
Yeah. Rodent's also saying the Rapala jointed brown trout is awesome too on browns and tigers. Is that Halloween?
Yeah, Halloween shadow wrap shad. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Toss that down the shore at night. It kills.
The other one, and here's the thing, I don't know if Labradilla's still on here, but someone paid me $20, and this is a fishing related term. Let's keep in mind this is a family show. Mr. Labradilla, I'm to tell you that you're a dirty hooker, and this is why. I think you'll know where those came from. These are the CST Dome crafts. I know Greg's on here. Greg caught his massive laker on a Dome craft. The fish that we've been catching with this year on the bow is amazing. I'm not allowed to talk about Marcy's big fish that she lost because she hasn't caught a brown trout yet, so we'll just change topics. But I will say those CST Dome crafts are definitely the ticket, especially with this colder weather where they're on the bottom.
Yeah, they
Those
get down quick and nice vibration. They're gonna work good.
Yeah, first cast with one of those is when I got my big one last week. So
Right on.
we know where there's another monster, but
And I should say, it's really funny when you hold big fish because you're such a big guy. It's like, oh yeah, that's a 26-incher. Like it looks like it's 12.
I don't know if I have anything to compare to.
You got those giant mitts and you hold it right there. It just looks like you look huge.
I don't have a tape measure. I mean, I know we're not all about measuring things on air, but here,
Just put it away.
let's use the checkbook. Okay, everyone knows the checkbook. So when you see me hold fish, if you think they're small, that's probably why right there.
Big old mitts.
Yeah. And I know what half of you are thinking. What is a checkbook? We'll get rid of that too.
Well, back
You're
in
good.
my-
You just hit your rods, bro.
Oh,
It's the TikTok effect.
yeah. You remember that video I sent? I want to see that done by you, kind of.
Kyle, considering you're the man fishing, are you the kind of person that likes to change hooks multiple times in a day, or will you just tough it out with one?
He's been fishing with that
I
all
go
day.
hard one way or the other, but I'm usually pretty stubborn and just hold out.
Hold out.
Aside
That's
from,
in.
somewhere along the way, I lost a lure today. And aside from that, I've had the same setup tied on both two rods all day. And when it wasn't working,
Confidence bait.
I was catching flack from my bro here. He was telling me that I need to change it up.
Hey, I was gonna offer you a hook to use.
And I held my ground, wouldn't change it. And I finally started catching fish there about 2 hours ago.
Would you say that makes you stubborn?
But I mean, that's it can be my blessing and my curse being stubborn like that, because like it's led to some good successes out there. Like for a while, I had the bucket list. I really wanted to catch a red sturgeon out of the Red Deer River. It's kind of a long shot, but I wouldn't give up on it. I kept trying. I kept going back to the same spot. I knew that there had to be some. I kept trying, and then eventually the hours paid off, and I got one. It was pretty small, but I got to scratch that off the list. I won.
And how big was it?
Probably like 25 inches.
Nice.
It was big enough.
The second I set the hook, it came up, and it actually reached. Like for a little guy, it actually came up and jumped. So like as soon as I set the hook, a second later, I knew. I seen it roll, and I seen the spikes, and yeah, it felt pretty good.
That's awesome.
I think there's something to be said about the commitment you have for fishing. I know we talked about the other night, you'll pretty much drive anywhere. I know your fishing partner made it public that he likes to sleep in his truck at night, like he did last night. So, I mean, is there anything you won't do to catch fish?
It always depends at the time. Sometimes I'm a total baby about everything, and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that. And then other times, like I'm like, oh, whatever, minus 30 and my feet are wet, but I really need to get over there and catch a fish, so I'm just gonna keep at it anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It always varies on the day, but.
And Mike, to answer your question, yes, they are a jigging style. Yeah, you could easily jig those for sure. I think Dino was on there saying yes. Mr. McFlurry's on there. He's senior rep his company, Canadian Fishing Outfitters. So good job. I'm waiting for you to catch another fish.
I like how he seems to have a goal for every season. Like he had the goal for the 30-inch brown, he had the goal for the sturgeon. This year, is your goal actually the 47-inch pike?
Well, I don't know. I might have set the bar.
I've seen you say that a few times.
A guy could maybe go on the 45-inch pike. I gotta try and keep it like.
Okay, 45. Yeah, no, that's respectable fish for sure.
But there's a kicker to it. Like I mean, like, oh sure, like I won't catch that 45-inch pike where everybody else usually catches their 45-inch pike. That's where it won't be the same.
The Red Deer River, is that what you're saying? Is that confirmed?
Well, actually, you know what? I honestly think I'd have a better shot of pulling that 45-inch pike out of the Bow River or the Old Man River, but they're in the Red Deer River too, I guess. Yeah. But,
yeah.
I want to catch it out of a river somewhere.
Yeah, out of a river would be cool.
That pike isn't supposed to be, but I'm going to find them there anyway.
That's probably going to be manageable on the bow here at some point. I mean, they have some monster pike on the bow.
I got a spot we'll hit for some big river pike too if you want. I like river pike. They're fun. Otherwise, they're stinky.
Yeah, no Yukon River backwater pike.
Yeah, I missed those. Those are sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Yukon River backwaters pike are monsters, and there's tons of them, like insane.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever fished up in the Yukon, Kyle?
No, what I
Well,
on my list of things that need to be done.
One day you'll have to get up there, man. It's amazing.
Dino's claiming the bow will produce a 50-inch pike one day. What do you think about that, guys?
If he doesn't harvest it first.
Kind of wondering right now if Dino's is falling off the wagon or.
Dino's is slaying a couple browns I see, but not a 50-inch pike.
Yeah, that one seems a little bit far fetched.
Yeah, that's huge. That'd be ridiculous.
yeah.
I'd be impressed though. Like I wouldn't be surprised out of like Bow River, Old Man River, South Saskatchewan, or North Saskatchewan.
50's
I think
big.
we could
50 is enormous. But
50
the 45,
they got-
45, 47 maybe.
45.
48, you're saying, Kyle?
48 stops, I think that you're going to get out of one of those rivers. I don't know about the
Yeah.
50. See, I don't know.
Yeah, like how many 50s have you ever really heard of? Like, I don't know too many.
What is the record now? Does anyone know? I want to say it's like 45.
I don't know. Doesn't Dinos has like a 47. Dinos has an absolute monster.
47.
Yeah, Dino's on here. He'll know what the record is. That's all he does is he reads.
I know he's got a 47 or something himself, so there's giants, but
I'm sure it'll come up. John on here is agreeing as well. Big fish in the bow. 48 and a half, Dino was saying. But is that your PB, Dino, or is that the provincial record? We're going to put Dino to work. He's going to be our Vanna White. He's going to fact check for us.
Vanna White. Who is that? Am I just like super young here or what?
I never thought he'd bring it up, but he's saying that he has a 48 and a half in his freezer.
Yeah, it's a giant.
So the Greek freezer is brought out officially.
The picture is impressive.
McFlurry is saying that there was a 49.25 caught out of the recycling bin lake.
The recycling bin.
I like to
This was a.
take calling that.
What's that, Kyle?
I said I like to take credit for calling that place the recycling bin. Like
I would say that probably goes to you. Yeah.
So are you saying McFlurry is taking your sayings now as well? Is that the cost of wearing his hoodie, or?
Kyle's a trendsetter, man.
Saying is pretty well coined across the board. Like, there's a lot of people say that one now.
Yeah.
That's just a common term. That's just part of our vocabulary now.
Did you
part
hear
of our vocabulary?
Dino saying the record is 49? But I'm wondering, Kyle, did you hear what Adam called you?
No, what did he say?
He called you a trendsetter.
He's very influential.
The new Instagram trendsetter.
Well, I don't know about Instagram, but he'll say things and you see it repeated. It's so funny.
Well, I wasn't sure because Kyle was going to make a special announcement that he started a new website called OnlyFish, but I'm not sure if that is coming to fruition. Or Kyle, comment?
I don't got nothing.
No, you're not starting an OnlyFish website.
You'll have to go search it and see.
Not allowed to talk about it. Lawyers won't let him yet.
Yeah. That's why him and his buddy are fishing today. They're talking business about their new website.
No, it's because Ricky's really good with the camera. Are we going to see a video of this, Kyle? Is Ricky filming right now?
No, the phone's sitting on the seat of the boat, and we're both fishing.
I do
Wow.
have a video film today.
Okay, well, I hope it's got Steven's face in it.
It's got lots of jet boating and fish catches in it. It'd be out for you to-
Incredible. Looking forward to it.
Mr. Hoffman, when will you be releasing that? We're going to hold you to that on the show.
Yeah,
He's got to edit it. Give him at least a day.
Yeah, I need 2 or 3.
Speaking of YouTube, Adam, didn't you've got some stuff going on there too, right? Where can people check out your stuff at?
The Horseshoe Kid. I think my name is there. I'm trying to point to it. It's hard, though. Right there. Sorry,
Yeah.
my fingers are dirty. I had to work today.
Why are you showing us your fingers?
Well, I was trying to point.
Oh, we lost Adam.
You got rid of him because he had to work today?
Kyle, I know this show is about you, but we have a question for Mr. Hoffman. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I hit the
You
button.
got
Okay, Ricky, here's a question from McFlurry. He'd like to know if you booked a trip with Wicketer Walleye Adventures or Wind Checkers.
absolutely. We're going for Goldeye here.
No,
this
he wants to
summer.
know which outfit you booked with.
Oh,
What an outfit.
Notice how Ricky had the candid YouTube filming response?
both for Goldeye and Walleye, you know.
This is a Wicketer Walleye Adventure. We're targeting pike.
And Adam, you're picking up an editing job. Greg is asking for you to edit some video for him.
I can do that. Eventually, I'm going to get into that, guys. If y'all want me to film a video and edit it for you, I just need a couple more cameras and we'll get there.
So you will be the second addition to the Only Fish website?
Yeah. We're working towards it, though.
I have the cameras.
Okay.
Kyle probably knows how to do rigging, so there you guys go. There you've got a little bit of a partnership agreement in the works.
Well, we need Kyle on camera. Like, look at this calm, cool dude right now. Hucking cash, keeping the crowd entertained. You know, he's got our attention.
I'm not gonna lie. At first, I'm like, "Oh man, here we go. Stevens is in the boat. We're gonna have poor reception." It's actually been pretty good. I still get a little bit of feedback. The dude catches the first fish we've ever had caught live.
I think
I mean-
the feedback you're hearing is just like the waves against the boat. You just got to roll with it, man.
It's the icebergs.
Yeah, the bergs.
The waves coming at me.
Well, hey Kyle, do you remember what we talked about the other night when I asked you to pick a number between 1 and like 453?
Yeah.
You remember what number you picked?
Yeah, it was 11.
Number 11. And I remember telling you number 11 is my favorite number, but the reason why we asked, that's out of 453 page likes we've had in just under 4 months. Thanks to everyone for your support and the help of guys like you, Kyle, Mr. Hoffman, Adam, and Mitch. I mean, I know I call you guys my proverbial third wheel, but I really appreciate the guys' help. Number
We enjoy
11
it.
goes, what's that?
We enjoy it.
Number 11 goes back to literally the 11th page like we ever had. And what if I told you, big surprise, everyone's heard of this guy, number 11, one of the last on the other line Canada, Yetis from Anchor B Lasering. You guys have any guess who it is?
I think
Nope.
he caught he caught a really big fish that kind of looks similar to this one recently.
Yes. And he
what's
has,
his
he, has,
name?
he has an affliction for underwater releases and just doing crazy stuff. And I mean, he's got probably one of the better hairdos in the fishing industry, but I don't know. Is he on here? How do you guys
No,
feel about that? What's that, Mitch?
Didn't he get a haircut?
Yeah, he's like
Yeah, he's gone.
clean shaven.
Oh, cue ball.
Oh yeah, he's
Okay, well-
looking fresh.
So fresh and so clean.
Oh
That's
man.
what I was gonna say, but I would have went like this.
Well, the last edition of the Yeti water bottle goes to Mr. Bill Allen, and he's saying he's here. So, Bill, obviously, I'm not going to send this to you in the mail. Kyle, what do you have there?
I don't know.
Berg.
No berg, but it might have been underwater hazard. I'm not entirely you sure.
So, Bill, congratulations. Reach out to me. We'll set something up. I'll meet you at the monkey bars. We'll fight for this one, maybe. I'm not sure. What do you got, a stick?
Yeah, I caught a stick roll.
Well, that's a good one.
Did you just call it a stick roll?
Yeah, spawned out. Good release on it, though.
Quick release.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed he didn't wet his hands before he released it, though.
No, that's all right. It was a stick roll. It wasn't a trout.
Tank. That's what Dino was saying. Yeah, Bill Allen, congratulations, bud. Let's actually make a point of meeting up. I know we've talked about it for a while, but it's never happened. Kyle, are you following what we're doing for the charity fish on at all?
Yeah.
Thank God he didn't.
What did you say, Kyle? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Of course he is, because the dude's a legend. He's a multitasker. So charity fish on. Mitch, you're a judge. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm pumped. It's gonna be fun. It'll be some stiff competition, but someone's gonna come out on top, and it's all for good cause. So that's awesome.
I mean, one of the competitors is here, right, Adam? I mean, we give you a lot of screen time. We'll get Greg on here pretty soon as well. Kyle, if you were a betting man, not to end friendships for you, who would you put your money on, Greg or Adam, for the largest sturgeon in the competition?
Well, right now, I mean, it's tough, but Greg, he's got a new boat, and I know when a guy gets a new boat, he's out there in it all the time, unless the wife says otherwise. And I mean, it seems like Greg's wife actually lets him out of the house a fair bit. So I don't know. I think I want to say Greg because he's got the time and a boat.
I keep saying that too. Like, Greg catches big fish, and now he's got a new boat. Like, I don't know. Like, if you're saying me, you're freaking doing what I was doing last week when I came on the show.
Something like a sturgeon's anyone's game. I know so many people that have went out and caught their first ones. Like, oh, my first sturgeon was 62 inches. It's like, oh, great. Well, you know, soak it up because you might not ever do that again.
Yeah, probably won't.
And I think the other thing you need to keep in mind here, Kyle, as well, is not a matter of his wife letting him out. It's a matter of her not wanting to let him in. And I think that's probably one of the most important parts.
You get to that point where she's probably like, well, you know, I'd rather he's just not making dirty dishes and leaving a mess laying around. Like, go, get out of here. Eat it, Greg. Go fishing.
Sounds a lot like me. Get out of the house. You're making a mess.
Yeah.
Probably thinks it's cheaper for him to go fishing because, like, if he's sitting at home, he's just buying bulk orders of fishing gear online and stuff like that.
Was that a train we heard in the background? Or am I hearing things? Something.
A train going by means a fish is coming. I'm superstitious on that one. I think, well, I wouldn't say Dinos is to blame for that, but I think Dinos is on the same boat with that one.
Yeah, and he actually just put in here, he's been fishing sturgeon for 13 or 14 years and has never broken 56 inches.
Who hasn't?
Dino.
Yeah, but he used to drink quite a bit. He's got a better season coming out of him. He's breaking 60 this year.
Well, it's been said, Kyle is saying Dino will catch a 60-inch. He's breaking that mark this year. So, I mean, if that's coming from Kyle, that has to mean something, right?
I feel like Dino got a really big one last year. Like, I feel like I have pictures of it on my phone. Maybe it was only 56, but he puts in good time, too. Like I don't know. Like, people said, like Kyle said, people catch a 62 their first time. I know a guy who literally went out for his first time this year. He caught a 67. Like, a 67, man. I don't even know how many years I've been fishing them. I finally got my first 60 last year, and I happened to get a 62 like a couple months later or a month later. But yeah, like people, like I don't know, and it's just such a fluke thing sometimes. Like fluke thing on size, you can narrow them down where they are to where to get big bites and stuff like that. But the size, like to get a really big one's hard.
Yeah, Bobby's on here. He's guessing first sturgeon 59 on the 20th.
Yeah.
Yep. And Greg is saying he's caught a couple 60s, just shy of 60 a few times. So
yeah, Greg's got some big ones. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna fit. The difference is I'm fishing really hard this year. I got some new sticks, new reels with new yarn wrapped around them. Oh man.
will you be using those before we go to Manitoba?
Oh yeah, they're not like I might even break one or two before we go to Manitoba.
Well, we should be
I
there
got some
next
really
month,
cool new
fingers
sticks, though. I'm
crossed.
stoked to try them. I can't wait for sturgeon season. I'm pumped.
Any plans for sturgeon, Mitch?
I might wander down. I'll have to contact my guide Adam, but we'll see.
See if he can book you a lawn chair to sleep in.
So the
Yeah.
cool thing about sturgeon this year, like down in the south here, like not to, like to give you guys a little info, the old man isn't expecting peak flows. Like we talked with Kyle about this yesterday. Like it's going to be a super long season this year compared to seasons past. I think fish are going to be hanging out in their wintering holes right off the hop, right, because the water's so low. And a lot of times those wintering holes hold a ton of suckers, which are going to be spawning right away, which provide a ton of food. And then once that flow hits, you got big fish moving around all over the place. So it's going to be a crazy year. I think there's going to be some really big fish caught.
But Adam, when it comes to like obviously the water flow, especially with you being in Medicine Hat, I've seen you fish some pretty swift water. Like, is there a limit based on what you're thinking or expecting for flow this year?
Oh, it's I don't know. Like you see me in the last video, I'm crawling through the water. I don't know. It's not really. It's going to be less this year, which means less debris, hopefully. But it's the debris that really starts to make the issue. Like if you're dodging bergs and you're dodging stuff like that all day long, right? It makes things a little tough. If you're getting grass on your line all day, but if it's not too bad, it's not going to rip the shoreline apart and bring all that stuff down. So let's keep our fingers crossed it doesn't, and we get a nice long good season of big fish.
Yep. Fedorik's just saying on here that Manitoba's closed. Yes, we're aware of everything that's going on. We'll deal with it when it comes. Obviously, we don't want to have to cancel a trip. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say.
Everywhere closed. BC said they're
Yeah,
closed.
everywhere is closed right now. I mean, we're living in a ridiculous time with some ridiculous regulations. I mean, we won't.
Do you
get
know
into
why
that.
it's closed?
This isn't a politics. This isn't a politics show.
No, but you know why it's closed?
Because I wanted to go bass fishing.
No,
Yeah, I want to go bass fishing too. Man.
it's closed because of the beginning of the show. Steven said so.
Well, I didn't say it. Like it's not because I
Steven, Steven says it's closed. Manitoba's closed. BC's closed. Drum closed. Catfish closed. Sturgeon closed.
We're
Okay.
closed.
Horseshoe Bay closed. Don't come.
right here.
You're the
right now,
third-
closed.
You're the third person in 2 days to bring that bay up. It's interesting.
Well,
I guess that's all I'll say.
yeah, I know. It's everyone's favorite.
Zach's saying he'll be going for sturgeon for the first time this season. I probably will be too. I mean, I've never actually spent any time on them.
I'd like spend like a day or two. That's it though.
Yeah. An hour or two.
A day
How
or
many
two.
hours? If
How
you
many
were to
hours?
guess, how many hours have you invested in the sturgeon, Adam?
Oh, I don't know. In the sturgeon, I do like 50 hours a week though. Once the year opens, 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
I think I
Call-
did 60 hours straight last year, the first opening weekend.
I'd believe it. I've seen the footage. Kyle, what about you? Invested a lot of hours into sturgeon?
Periodically, like when I was chasing that Red Deer River sturgeon, as I mentioned, I put lots and lots of hours in that year, and then I mean, I wasn't even really catching that many of them because, well, I had my mind made up on getting one there, but it becomes kind of a fad for the time when the bite's hot in the spring. I hit it hard for a good couple 3 weeks, and then pick away at it after that.
Yeah, everything in Alberta's got its time, right? Like, sturgeon May, and we're moving June when things open up. We're looking for bulls, and then we're looking for cuts, and then everything's got its time. So it's definitely a fad in May, but I'm looking forward to that fad for sure, man.
What did Greg ask me?
Greg's just asking when you're coming up.
At some point. That's all I don't really plan everything. I just kind of go where I go that day.
I think you have some of the best answers I've ever heard anybody give. I know I'm bad for, let's get together soon. And you're like, yeah, I'll be up when I'm up.
I don't want to set the tone and then be like, oh, I want to do it at this time. And then be like, when that time rolls around, be like, yeah, I don't have my shit together at all.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met Stevens, he's like, comes up to where we're fishing. He's like, I forgot all my tackle. You have to stop at Canadian Tire on the way. He's like, I got some bull crap in this aisle. He's like, they had nothing I really wanted. You got any of them flies there? He came up with a pretty nice rig, though.
He's like the MacGyver.
Yeah, man. He was flying by the seat of the pants. He had the Mustang. He came up. He had her done. And you know what? You know what is funny is like you were saying yesterday on the 5 questions. He disappeared like nothing. All of a sudden, he was just gone. You heard the Mustang. You heard the Mustang fire up into the sunset, and you knew that Stevens was gone.
I said, give me a number 11, and then he was just gone, just like that, vanished.
He had enough real quick.
What do I want to put the 3 of you on the spot? What are your plans for opening day, Kyle?
What opening day?
Yeah, what opening day? It's always open. No, it's always closed.
No, it's always closed. Well, I'm going to be at work, actually.
Oh, you're going back to work. Okay, well, that was the lamest answer I've ever heard come out of your mouth in the last 58 minutes.
Well, to be honest, though, I'll be sleeping for most of the day. Working night shift. That's where I'll be at.
That'll be fun. Adam?
I'll be fishing sturgeon, man. I'm not
Mitch?
sure exactly where, but I'll be after him.
What are you talking? The 8th of May, or the 8th of May?
There's a couple different ones, right? The 8th and the 15th. Am I wrong?
That's June 15th.
Sorry, June 15th. Yeah.
Yeah, but May 15th is also
May 15th.
Some open.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the
In northern.
a lot of PP2 stuff.
Oh, the PP2.
Like the Red Deer River doesn't open until May 15th.
Yeah. Anything around Red Deer, pretty much between Edmonton and Calgary.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned PP2. So are you saying you're one of the few guys that doesn't ask Facebook for regulation standards?
Well, I've actually, I don't think I've ever asked a regulation standard on Facebook, but I mean, only the extent of what I care about is whether the place is open or closed, because I don't keep anything. But and I mean, I've got most of the places memorized that I've. Well, I mean, even places I've never been to, I know kind of what the regs are, because I think probably one of the worst things you can do is ask 20,000 random people for regulation advice, because not only are you going to get the misinformed people, but you're gonna get those handful of people that just outright lie to you.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just like poor planning all around when there's not only is there a paper copy, but there's a digital copy accessible to anyone. And it's as easy as getting to the Google search bar and typing out Alberta sport fishing regulations, but like you won't actually get as far as typing out Alberta sport fishing regulations. You get a part way through sport, you get like the SPOR, and then the R is it's suggested. Just click on it, and then that'll bring you. Well, actually, that'll usually takes you to one where there's like 3 separate links. Like you can go hunting regs, fishing regs, trapping regs. So obviously, you need to select the fishing one. If you're new to this, select the one that says fishing, and then kind of narrow it down to what area you're in based on the map with the individual areas that are clearly labeled with a with an NB, a PP, an ES. Those are your
Are there-
popular ones.
I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but I feel like your instructional video should be right on the Alberta Fishing Regulations website. Because you put it pretty much the best way anybody can expect to put it when most people ask for regulations on Facebook. So, I mean, I think you kind of had a Rhett Daniels moment there, Stevens. I think you better get that recorded and get her posted.
We got it recorded live here. It's at the 1 hour, 1 minute mark.
Yeah. Well, with that being
After
said,
an hour, you've seen the good stuff.
you had 1 hour to catch fish. You caught 1 fish, so that's mission accomplished in my books. Next week, Clayton, I'm going to apologize now. We talked about this before the show. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I've been wrong a few times. Clayton Perchinsky's on the show next week. Mitch, do you think I pronounced it right?
Yeah, that's a pretty good job.
Not bad, right?
I think we
No,
all
yeah.
kind of decided that's how Clayton's name was said. So whether we were right or not, that's what he. Oh, Haas catching a fish right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we better run late if we.
People.
Oh,
no,
too-
I'm embarrassed.
Hey, Ricky, too bad the show's over, bud.
Yeah.
Sorry about your luck.
It's a good thing because this is not a show-worthy fish right here.
Oh, that's a tank.
Move those sausage fingers. Let's see that thing. Now, Ricky,
One
that
second.
looks like the lure you said last week you enjoy using. So, I mean, that confirms it right there. You've both caught a fish live on our show.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, there he is. There he goes, too. See ya.
Peace.
Huge.
And Ricky, guess what you won?
Nothing.
A free pass home. Kyle is going to drive you back to your vehicle when you guys are done.
Oh. Pretty grateful.
All right, everyone. Well, we're running a little bit late. Let's wrap up the show. Kyle, where can people, if they haven't already added you, is there a place they can reach out to in case they want a new fishing buddy?
Well, you're gonna have to just shoot me a message there. I don't. I'm not on Instagram or anything. You can basically find me here on Facebook and message me. And if I don't see it because it's in the request folder, I'll get back to you a month or two down the line when I do see it.
And so you mentioned you don't have Instagram, but what's your OnlyFish handle?
I forget actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Only
Adam-
pick one.
Adam, where can we reach you at?
The Horseshoe Kid at YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff.
Ricky, I forgot you. You better get a tag in there, buddy.
Rickles Fisher.
Check him out on YouTube, guys.
KKLES Fisher on YouTube.
I will get the hang of it one day. I still call you Ricky. I know you want to be called Rickles, so I'll work on it. Mitch, what about you?
I thought he wanted to be called Reed.
Yeah, Northwest Mitch on Instagram, Alberta Fishing Trips on Facebook, and on the website.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for joining us this week. I promise at the end of the outro video, because the four of us usually do a little wrap-up portion, I'll actually click end broadcast.